going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it. Hey.
It's Fire 716.
Let's go. It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it. Hey.
It's Fire 716.
Let's go. It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it. Hey. Decided to call into work today too. You know, just because you wanted to, you know, be all integral and stuff. Decided not to come into. Right, like.
It's all good.
Just because you know, you think you important now, you just feel like you can't show up to work today. That's okay though. But no, Big Frank and the Dark Knight, they had some serious obligations to take care of. So we know we hold it down when they're missing. How was you guys yesterday?
It was yesterday. Yep.
Felt.
Yep. It was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
All right, so somebody ever try to like put you in your place and tell you about yourself, and then later on that day they try to like sweeten you up and like make it feel better, or try to like act like they wasn't trying to like tell you about yourself that earlier that day?
Yeah, I've been there.
That was my day yesterday. Stay positive.
Gotcha.
By any means, just don't let it get to you.
Yeah.
Just don't let it bother you.
I feel like sometimes it's like sometimes we need to hear certain things about themselves, like about ourselves. But then at the same time, it's like, there's a time and a place for everything.
Valid,
you know, and if it was just extra or that person just they do the same things, then it's like, okay. Yeah, I'm all right on that.
No, valid. It's just,
But yeah, my yesterday was a good day. I started watching this show on Netflix called Heartbreak High. I don't know what's going on in high school. And I hope this TV show is not an indication of that, because it's a bit much. It's interesting, but it's intense. Like, I'm like, woo, I'm glad I'm not in high school anymore, because them problems is beyond me.
Yeah, they have shows like Euphoria now, which I haven't watched, but they said that's like a high school, like an older woman type of show. Like,
so okay, Euphoria. I will say this, okay, because I'm a huge Euphoria fan. It's a really good show if you can get past all of the hunching going on, and that the storyline is really interesting, and like the characters are dynamic.
That's probably a no for me. that's probably a no, because like, real talk, I almost did not watch season 2 of Bridgerton because season 1, episode 6, was just nothing but bumping. It was like, oh, so this is the porn scene. Like, this is like, seriously, so we still having sex. Like, it's just 45 minutes of 10 minutes of dialogue, 45 minutes of sex. Like, yeah. So, but no, season 2 came out and they had some decency. And I was like, thank you, Shonda, for not, making me have to pray harder when I get off, when I stop watching your show. But no, yesterday I was telling my co-host, I almost quit my job yesterday. Like, literally. I work for Worksteady for a certain college. If you can see it online, you will see what the college is. If you can't see it online, sorry. But we're for a certain college, and we have been, going hard body trying to get everybody's schedule together because school starts next Tuesday. And on top of being cussed out by several parents yesterday, who decided to call on behalf of their grown 19, 20, 21-year-old children, my boss said something like, why aren't you getting more done? Like, I'm not here to 6 o'clock every day. and you not doing nothing. Like you in your office eating snacks, taking phone calls, coming out talking about, well, how many got left? How about you get on one of these computers and find out? How about you get on one of these computers and do some work? But so, but that was the first time like I actually was like, I'm not coming back tomorrow. Like, but I'm not petty. I understand the assignment that needs to be taken care of and things like that. So I will be back at work today. But like that was the first time I was like, yo, she about to lose a work study. Like I'm not coming back. I could be on break right now. School starts for me next Tuesday. I could be home in my onesie getting fatter. Like I chose to be at work. This was a choice. But no, so shout out to all those who are working in academia right now. My prayers and grace are with you now. Now I get it. Now I understand why you guys have coffee going in your IV every day. I get it now. And I have a greater appreciation for you. And if I ever offended you, I am so sorry.
I think the older I get, the more I appreciate like anybody that works in any type of school system because
yeah. And I like, and when I see, that's the thing. When I was I fought my way through grammar school. Like I felt like Miss Sophia in grammar school. All my life, I had to fight. Like I had to fight like all the way through grammar school, and then like high school, I was popular. It was so funny, but like grammar school, they was like, your daughter will get expelled from this school. She gets in a fight one more time. But I was also at a Catholic grammar school where there's approximately 3 Black people in my graduating class, and the 2 were like bougie and rich, so they didn't have poor people problems. So it was like, I don't understand why she's so angry. I'm sorry. I didn't go to Bora Bora during spring break. I went home. Like, so, shout out to the teachers, the principals, the teachers' aides, all y'all that work in the school system. Definitely Fire 716 is praying for y'all. When we get back, Big Girl Chronicles, because I got some stuff to say. And it's about being quiet. So, when we get back, Big Girl Chronicles, and then we're going to get into a little bit of church mess. After that, stick with us. Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Whoever the real DJ Smooth is. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with the girl. Oh, well, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Get you a little bit of Lauryn Hill in your system. Yeah, y'all. Like seriously, I was like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm out." How I get mad and say I'm out, but then stay to 7:00. That's just like I'm out. So let's get this stuff done.
That used to be me with the church all the time. I would get so frustrated with certain things. I'm like, that's it. I'm not doing this no more. And then here I am on time. Everything's ready.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, DJ Smooth. Like, I think it's just the point that you need to just say it to like have that moment out before you can like get yourself back together. It's kind of just like, you know what? I quit. All right. Like I'm good now. Like, I mean, I have had that moment where I wanted to like slap, not with this job because I love my coworkers, but like slap a coworker.
Oh man.
Like I had vision about what kind of slap this was gonna be. I mean, like when I tell you it was gonna be a good slap. Good morning, Sheree. It wasn't like one of those like this was like a reach back.
high slap?
Yeah.
Powder slap?
Yeah, like your hand shake for a second and then like full in slap.
Coming
Like
from East Egypt.
listen, like Will Smith times 2. like there's a handprint right here. Slap him sleep. Like that's I've had one of those moments where I wanted to slap somebody's sleep. Like so I'm gonna hit you so hard you go right out.
Right.
Like, just and I'll be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna slap this person so hard," and then go to work. Good morning, like code switching hard.
You ever seen the it was like a video, I don't know if it was for a commercial, but where this man was just going through this little birthday party, he was just slapping everybody. Everybody came, you know what I'm talking about? Yes. No, he was just like somebody's dad or something like that. And he was like, don't talk to so and so like that. And he slapped him, and then the parents like, you can't do that. He just keeps slapping everybody. Yes.
Everybody getting slapped.
And then like then like the mailman got slapped, the police came,
I
they
didn't
got
see
slapped.
that.
It's a really funny video. You gotta see it. It's actually pretty hilarious. That's how I felt. Where it's just like I've been at work where it's just like I could take a line of people and just you could get slapped. You could get slapped.
Just a reminder of the meeting today at 10 via Zoom. The link is in the feed. What feed? Um. Frank, just a reminder, meeting today at 10 via Zoom. The link is in the feed.
Yeah. I'm guessing he meant the feed.
Gotcha. But yeah, I was like, I think we should implement a National Slap Your Coworker Day. Like, but you choose one coworker, and that one coworker know you gonna choose them. Like, but the one coworker cannot be slapped by multiple people. Like, if it's like this last person can't get slapped 8 times. Like, if everybody wants to slap this one person, they got to pick the name out of the hat. Who?
I feel like that will be interesting day because do you think that you would only be doing the slapping, or do you think somebody will pick you to be slapped? Do you feel like
somebody gonna pick me for sure? Because I'm the coworker that's not doing nothing. I'm the coworker that's walking around playing. Like I got fired from Value Home Center or.
so they pick it, Kev.
You can do it. You gonna do it? If you're not willing.
Oh yeah, you
getting
get slapped. You definitely get slapped.
I feel like my boss may have wanted to slap me a few times, you know.
And then at the same time, like, so one time we had this, like, I won't call it a banquet, but it was like, it was at a banquet hall, and it had like vendors from that we sell, like products of the people that we sell. So they came and had new products and things for us to try out and giving out awards. But everybody had to wear their uniform. I'm like, that's dumb. I'm not leaving my job. I have another job. I'm not leaving one job, going home, changing clothes into my work uniform to come to this work banquet.
Right.
I'm not doing that. So I pulled up in red and black. I had a red button-up shirt. You know what I'm saying? It was a floral red and black button-up. I had some black pants and some black sneakers. They were you were supposed to wear your uniform yesterday. Man, I get all that. But
yeah, you the coworker that's gonna get slapped. even if we don't choose violence, or it's that one coworker that you get to tell them how you really feel about them once a year. No. Like if you don't want to, like every day, I come in and see your face. I want to choke slam you. Because you always got something smart to say, and I'm trying to live for God.
Right.
And I'm really trying to get in. So I take it home with me. But every day I picture tombstoning you. Like every day. Please notice. Have a good day.
The last meeting that we had at my job.
Morning, Frank. Slacker.
The last meeting we had at my job, they had finally, like I work for Niagara County,
Don't do that, sir.
Blame it, y'all. Don't blame us.
Right.
Don't blame us.
You
Not
are
at
a
all.
grown individual, and that's the life choices that you decided to make.
Your own choices.
No, we'll go ahead. What you were saying?
So we had a meeting, and really, I'm the only black young person in what I do. And they finally hired another girl that was black and younger. And I was so shocked that I told my boss, I was like, congratulations. Like, I literally clapped during the meeting and everything. And like, I'm sure at that moment she may have wanted to slap me. I could feel it a little bit. No,
Oh,
my
gotcha,
boss.
okay.
Because I was like, oh, congrats to the county for hiring another black woman. I'm not even joking, like, because it's all older white ladies sitting. No,
Valid.
I had to tell them too. I said, nothing wrong with y'all. But it's nice to see somebody that I can relate to a little bit.
Yeah, she was she was secretly wishing
Yeah.
she could slap you.
Probably looked at me like, this trick.
If nothing else. She's probably like, if I could slap her. I mean, I know at one of my jobs, when I worked for the daycare, I'm pretty sure everybody out there wanted to like slap me. Because I was the only African American. But also I actually made people do work.
They definitely.
So I was definitely slappable at the daycare. They're like, yo, we gonna slap this chick.
No,
Like the one girl said she was on her last day, she was planning on cussing me out, but then she got scared. Cause she didn't know what my response was gonna be.
I mean, valid.
Wise choice.
Yeah.
Because I would have murdered she wrote you with my words. Oh, he said, I swear I love y'all. I don't even know y'all.
Fire 716.
Love
Your
you
boy
too.
Kev on there. Your girl Jay Cherie.
Big Girl Chronicles. It's okay. We're a learning community out here.
For the big girl.
Big Girl
And graceful. Frank's gonna be coming back with notes.
Jay Cherie, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles. Is my mic on? Yes, it is. Okay. What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles, and on this kind of dreary Friday, the drive-in was kind of rough, but I want to talk about knowing when to stay silent. Okay, so I've had some conversation with some people. I don't know why people come to me with wisdom. I guess it's because they feel like I'm wise. But they don't realize I'm gonna give you the realest answer possible. And they was like, I'm getting tired of this, and this, and I'm getting tired of this. And it's guys and girls like, hey, I just feel like I should be able to express myself. I should be able to do what I need to do. I should be able to do this. And I'm like, every situation doesn't deserve a response or need a response. And they got mad at me. So you think I should just be run over? I think that you should choose your battles, because like at some point you have to understand the beauty of silence. The one thing I've learned in academia, especially being the only African American in there, a real one, is that at the end of the day, everything that you say, everything that you do, every action you make is going to be noted by them. And if it ever comes to a choice, if it's them or you, they're going to choose them every single time. And it doesn't always require a response, even when you're frustrated. Yesterday, when I told the story yesterday about me wanting to walk out, I didn't say I'm going to quit. I sat there and said in my mind, I'm going to quit. Even though I said it in a joking manner, we have too many situations in life where we feel like we need to always say something, where in truth, only thing that you really need to do is stay silent and observe. Even with the stuff with the storm, even in our daily lives, we oftentimes feel like, and on Facebook, my God, we feel that we always have to say something just so people know that you have an opinion, that people know, if there's a post on Facebook you don't like, scroll. Why do you feel the need to continue to keep saying something and causing arguments on Facebook on statuses of people that you don't even know? Like, sometimes silence is really golden, and we have to stop feeling the need to just speak just because we want to validate our opinions, just because we feel like a person deserves to hear it. Sometimes you need to learn, as the Bible says, to study to be quiet. And I just want to help everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening, understand that sometimes silence is the best option. Let people assume you're a fool in your silence, to let them confirm that you're a fool when you speak, because you're beautiful. You're intelligent
You know that.
and you're graceful. You big people. And this is your edition of Big Girl Chronicles. So, in summary, shut up sometimes. That's it. Exactly. You gotta learn how to be quiet. And I've noticed among a lot of younger people, my voice needs to be heard. Not always.
Not always.
Like if Martin Luther King could get bricks thrown at him and say nothing,
Exactly.
you can shut up. Like it's okay. Like and this is more in a married couple situation. I've actually like I don't counsel married couples, first of all, because I'm not married, and second of all, I'm not licensed by the state of New York. But like I've had married couples ask me, like, well, I just feel like I need to tell this person, and especially with Black women, yeah, I'm gonna call you out for a second. This and then you go shut the F up. This will get you divorced. This is gonna get him, he gonna walk out. Or he gonna find him a snow bunny and leave you. Like that kind of thing has to stop. It because it's not only making the situation hostile, but it's also demeaning and downplaying the emotions of the person that you are with. And I found this with some guys too, that like some of the guys was like, I had to call her a B because that's the only thing that gets her attention, and that's why you single now. Like sometimes you gotta shut up. So it's just knowing when to choose your battles, knowing when to say something, knowing when not to say something, and that comes with maturity, and it comes with having grace with people as well, because people may not be in the same mind frame as you. I'll be 40 next month. I don't have the same mind frame as a 25-year-old.
Right.
Where a 25-year-old may feel like they need to talk about everything. At 40, I just want to go home, take a bath, and get in my bed, and not really deal with you. So, which brings the question of the day. Oh, can I mention that for the first time in Fire 716 history, the women outnumber the men? Woo woo!
You know what?
And we're excited.
Don't get too happy.
Good morning, Mia.
You know, the word says trouble don't last always.
Your men deserted you, and so
it is okay.
Let this be a monumental moment in Fire 716 history that the women outnumber the men, and we're excited about it.
I hold down the throne wherever I go. So
it's okay. I've been doing that for 2 years.
years.
But no, the question of the day is, I gotta remember how I phrased it. There we go. Does being the sole provider mean that your significant other can't voice their issues they may have with you? We're gonna get back, play some music, go on break for a second, let this sit with you. Feel free to put your answer in the comments as well, because we are reading the comments. But does being the sole provider mean that your significant other can't voice their issues they may have with you? On Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Yeah. Good morning, gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I have.
I was about to say, you don't listen to Be Okay? Like my phone. Oh, he put the agenda in. My phone is like my radio in my car is programmed just to be okay. Like as soon as I get in the car, because sometimes like the angry rock on like Kiss, because like Kiss has more of a selection of artists, where like Be Okay plays like the same 5-10 artists over and over again all day.
Yes.
Like Beyonce. Morning, Josh. Happy birthday, the architect.
Happy birthday, brother.
Morning, the architect, Josh. Good morning. But yeah, like it's programmed to be okay. But I remember one for like a month. Every time I got in my car, Beyonce's Cuff It was on. And I was like, I literally hate this song. And I've only heard the chorus.
Oh, yep.
Like I've never heard. Yeah. And like that. And before then he said, Mia said, absolutely not. They aren't a child. If you love and respect your partner, you should value their input into their life. Okay. Frank said, That's gonna be his response, because he's probably in the car with his wife. But yeah, like they played Beyonce's "You Won't Break My Soul." for
Oh,
3 months.
listen.
And every time I got in the car, it was the chorus. And I was like, I don't even want to hear the rest of this song.
I understand.
I hate it. Like, it was like Frozen's Let It Go all over
Oh
again
my
for me.
God.
Like, I hate it.
When I was down here making the backdrop, I had the radio on, and I'm not even joking. Every like 30 to 45 minutes, that song come on, and I'm like, bro, if I hear
I
this
was
song
like,
one more time,
This song breaks
I'm
my
gonna
soul.
throw this speaker out the window.
It's like, turn it off. Break the album. We don't want to hear it anymore. But yeah, now it's Cuff It. But they did that for this song too.
Really?
Hello
Oh, no,
Gorgeous
that
was on every hour on the hour.
They do that to all songs.
You
Yeah.
know, I was thinking about Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm just trying to figure out how long has Mary been doing music? Because I feel like she's been making.
This is
music.
before we had, bro. The Fire 716 app is on my phone. I work here.
This is car settings.
This is car. We're not on satellite yet. My God, it's got attached to the
I mean,
Bluetooth.
I did play after a while. I did put the Fire 716 app on because I was like, okay, I need to hear something. I need to hear something different. It was nice.
What did he say? He's a young woman. It's a message. Yeah, but what do you guys think?
So as
The only male representative.
the only male rep in the building. I feel like if I'm sole provider, I shouldn't have to. I'm not saying don't check me, but don't feel like your word is like contrary to mine. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't think that your issues outweigh my feelings or how I'm handling business. You get what I'm saying? Like, granted, you could tell me, hey, I don't like you staying out late. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, but at the end of the day, I'm working. I'm busting my tail to provide for you. I got an outlet. You shouldn't have a problem with me having an outlet. I understand that I might come in at 12 o'clock at night, maybe 1 o'clock, but I got an outlet. That's not, you know what I'm saying?
My question is, if you work a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
in that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
if you work a 9 to 5, why stay out to 12 every night
So
for 7 hours?
I've been playing cornhole lately. Okay.
It's becoming a black sport,
The
so I'm
other
not gonna
night,
judge you.
the other night, me and my uncle dropped me off at the house at about 1 o'clock. We was chilling, playing cornhole and watching football. Chilling. I was there like 4:30, and we was just there, having a good time, talking trash. It was an outlet. So if I get off work and go to the spot and play cornhole till 12 and 1 o'clock, don't have a problem with that because I don't have any other outlets as of right now. You get what I'm saying? This is an outlet, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't have a problem. Don't feel like because you voice an opinion that something has to change about that.
So I'll say this, just based on this one scenario
Mhm.
that you gave. One, I understand needing an outlet because clearly,
No, 100%.
based on my job,
Oh,
I need an outlet.
you need an outlet.
I need an outlet.
Let out.
But if I'm married, I'll take the scenario if I'm married. I understand needing an outlet, but being out to midnight every night.
Not every night.
Well, no, because you said every night. That was your original.
I don't think I said every night, but
You said every night.
okay.
He was like, if I'm working and I'm every night till midnight, don't say. So I'm just going based on this scenario. Every night, I'm going to have a problem with that. Whether you're the sole provider or not, we're married. And I understand that you got boys and probably your boys are single. You still need to bring your tail home. Like, because if there's no peace at home, then there's a bigger problem.
It's not there's no peace. It's just I don't always want to come home when I get off.
Every
work.
night is excessive, though.
I mean, you might feel that way, but what's happening at home?
So I'll say I feel like if you are the one that's providing, and your wife or significant other has something to say, if they are feeling some type of way, I feel like they have every right to voice their opinion. And I don't think there
Absolutely.
should be a limit, because even if you're not married and you're just in a relationship, but you guys cohabitate together, like you live together, they're home. They're doing whatever they're doing at home to help make things better for you for when you get home. So I feel like it definitely is a equal. It should be equal as far as discussing how each other feels. Now, do they have a say so in how the money is spent entirely, or delegating certain tasks? Probably not,
Yeah,
because
no.
you're here at home. I'm out working. As far as staying out until 12 o'clock, I I can only go based off of my own feelings, and I feel like if I wasn't married or in a relationship with someone, but this is just me, like you know,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that ain't gonna fly with me. 12 o'clock, not even just once. Like we need to talk about that, because if I'm if I'm at home, and 9 times out of 10 I'm at home by myself, I'm waiting for you to come back because I want to spend time with you. And it's like, if that you have an outlet, you want to go do whatever, okay, that's cool. But like, come back home. Let's watch a movie together late at night and chill or whatever. That's my outlet. So I feel like, but again, that's me. I would not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for me, sole provider for me does not equate that you can just do whatever you want.
No, not at all.
Like, so every night for me is a problem. Like, I
I don't think
understand.
I said every night.
Okay.
I don't think I said every night. Because that's unrealistic for me.
He said you have to have
You
balance.
definitely got to have balance. Like every night for me isn't realistic. So if I did go out and play cornhole every night, I'm not coming in the house every night at 12 o'clock.
Right.
I'm gonna push it, but I'm not coming in the house at 12 o'clock every night. That's just not realistic. Um, but for me, if I'm the sole provider and I'm not gonna say you're not bringing to the table, but if all you doing is at home and cleaning and cooking, there's something else that needs to happen. You get what I'm saying? Other than me coming home and chilling with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's come up with a plan or something. Let's do something other than what we always do. You know, if you don't have anything different for me to come home to, I'm gonna find other outlets. You get what I'm saying? So I get wanting to chill and wanting to hang out and wanting to be up under your partner, but if your partner is providing, y'all gonna miss that a little bit. So
I mean, like, obviously, we know that now we don't have conventional jobs now. The hours, it's
go ahead.
it's a rarity to have a 9 to 5. Like, there's the 3 to 11s,
Right.
stuff like that. More people are working like 3 to 11s,
Frank.
7 to 10.
Frank. I said Frank. Frank said being a provider alone isn't enough, and that's valid.
Like, you have to, but even even with if we're doing it like the same thing you first of all, you don't know what I have planned for you because you're not coming home.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know that after your hard day, you may be like, dang, I'm gonna just go home. All we're gonna do is go watch TV. You don't know, she may come home, have John Legend tickets, but you chose to not come home. Like,
don't come to.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying,
But see, don't.
or you could say, or that she could have planned a whole spa situation for you. Come home, bath. Hey, I'm gonna retwist your hair today. I'm gonna do this today.
Don't
I'm
make
gonna
no
do that.
plans after work today.
But if that's something but you're saying if it's the assumption of we just gonna come home and chill.
I get
You know
you're
what I'm saying? Like, if
For
all
sure.
all we
But
gonna
if
do
you
is come
know-
home and chill,
But
like,
as a spouse or a significant other, you know what you see my routine starting. So you see me getting off work every other day, going to play cornhole. On one of them days, you feel like you want to do something special or different, babe. Don't make no plans after work. Come straight home after work.
but okay,
Communication,
like
communication.
like I said, I understand needing an outlet. It's the like everyday or 4 days a week type of situation, because
But-
like, if you don't want to be around your mate, like, you
Okay, but I would say picture it the other way around, right?
Good
Let's
morning.
just say.
Good
let's
morning,
just
Tish.
say,
It's the question of the day. Read the top.
Read the description. Definitely in the description.
say your woman is the one that is the main provider, right? And the roles were reversed, and she was going out working every day. You was just at home, And she was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just go chill with my auntie. We gonna play whatever.
You gonna play
And,
spades?
yeah, like we go
I'm
play
gonna tell you
spades,
now,
like,
the dudes are not gonna care.
I don't.
see,
They
I
do.
feel like
I've been at this
different.
table long enough to know
that they don't care.
they don't care.
Not one bit.
I mean, but the
It's
state,
not
no,
that we
that's
don't-
not
it's
always
we
true.
don't care. It's just like I said, there has to be like Frank said, there has to be a balance. And without balance, it's not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? So if every day is not realistic, that's why I couldn't see myself going to play cornhole every day after
Right,
work.
right.
That's just-
So the question of the day for those who are joining on who can't see it, does being the sole provider mean that your significant other can't voice their issues they may have with you? That's the question of the day. That's what's going on right now. Cherie says, we can come in after this song. Cherie says, if you are not coming home, there is a bigger issue. And I do agree with that.
No,
Yeah.
I
I do.
Not. No, it's not a bigger issue. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because, okay, realistically, if your man isn't coming home Monday through Friday, I don't even say Monday through Friday, Monday to Sunday, that is an issue. That is where there might be a problem at home. But if your man legit has an outlet that he every other day, I'm going to play cornhole, babe. Every Monday and Thursday, I'm going to play cornhole, babe. That's not an issue. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't institute an issue. You get what I'm saying? So no, it's not an issue.
Needing an outlet from your marriage 3 days a week.
An outlet from life, from everything, from getting off work, from going home, from paying bills, from being a husband, from being a father, from being all of these things. I want some time for me.
So my question to that is, you don't think the person who's being a wife, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, running, taking care of everything doesn't want an outlet as well?
Who says she don't?
But if you're gone 3 days a week,
you can be gone just as much as I'm gone.
Not with a kid?
Yeah, you can. It's been done time and time again. I got the kid with me. Okay, cool.
That's not a reprieve. That's not a real break,
like,
because you're still on mom duty.
If you want to do something, make provision for it. So if you know that I'm going, call the name. Exactly. Make provision for what you want to do. Like babysitter. Call your little cousin. Hey, listen, come over and watch baby JJ for 2 hours for me. Like, there's things that you can do to make time for yourself. Just like as the husband and provider, I do when I get off work 3 days a week. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like just because I'm not coming home, there's an issue.
I think if you're not coming home multiple days out of the week, it is an issue.
Why?
Because if you can't come home and have peace and have your sanctuary at home, like, that's a problem. Like, that's
okay.
Leave them in the hands of God.
Facts. Listen,
Like,
that's gonna be all right.
Like, that's a you whoever you, if it's your wife, your husband, whatever lifestyle you live at this point, if you can't come home and have the space to just do you, that's a problem. Why did you get married to this person if you can't come home? Like, no, I'm serious.
So you're pretty much saying I have to come home every day after work.
I'm saying multiple
to make you feel
days out of the week is excessive.
So how many days a week is a problem for you? Because this is nonsense. Because at the end of the day, if you feel like just coming home is enough for a man who's busting his butt to do everything for his family, granted,
you're not doing everything.
Granted, there might be some things that I'm not doing, cooking, cleaning the house. You don't have to work. I'm sole provider. So at the end of the day, the house should be clean. The house should have some dinner when I walk in. I'm not saying that me not coming home is
Fire 716. This is Big Frank in the morning. Your girl Jay Cherie, Kev on air, and D Money Mac. We get into a heated discussion behind the scenes, and this is why you need to follow us on Facebook and YouTube to get parts of the heated discussion. So it started off with the question of the day, which is, does being the sole provider mean that your significant other can't voice their issues they may have with you? So the conversation went from the question to Kev on air giving a scenario about, needing to have the time to for him play cornhole. and watch football, which kind of transition to how many days is acceptable to not come home, and that's kind of where the conversation is right now. Because I said, if there is a consistency of my husband not coming home, not feeling the need to come home multiple days a week, it's bigger than you needing an outlet. It really is. You don't to me it translates as you can't find your own peace and space at home. D Money Mac gave her opinion, which was
Okay, so I actually was gonna say I feel like there needs to be, is there an agreement? Is there some type of communication like, okay, yes, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, he does his own thing after work, and we know this. This is, something we agreed on. If not, and it's just like, okay, like you just going after work and just doing your own thing, you're not saying nothing, and it's just random days you don't know. I feel like that definitely is a problem because what's going on here? Why are you not communicating with me what's going on with you after work? Like, granted, yes, I may be here, and although the person who is not providing financially, they're still providing in other areas. Cooking and cleaning can be, and taking care of kids. Just taking care of kids alone. That's a lot. That is a full-time job itself. Cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids. How many times you cooking in a day? How many times you cleaning? What you cleaning? You got to wash all the clothes. You got to put them away. You got to fold them. You got to wash all the dishes. You know. So there's more to it, and I feel like both parties for sure need to have their own time to do the things that they enjoy to do, have fun. But at the end of the day, where is the communication? Like, don't just get off of work and then just dip. Yeah. Because what? I'm blowing your phone down.
Like, I get
GPS tracking.
Like, I get that 100%, which is why I'm saying it how I'm saying it. I'm not saying I'm spending every waking moment when I get off of work with the homies. That's not realistic. It doesn't make sense to spend.
You'd be. I'm not saying you, but you'd be surprised how many marriages that's going through this right now. And I think for your question, if Tuesday, Thursday is your thing, I don't have a problem with that. Like Tuesday, Thursday, these is my days. Right. And suppose your job has like a work party and it's outside of Tuesday, Thursday. Hey, babe, we having a work party. You can come, but I'm just letting you know this is where I'm gonna be at. I will not have a problem with that. But if it's a consistent 3 to 4 days a week that you need to be away from the house, then I'm gonna say we need to investigate why being at home, why there is no at home life. You're out more than you are at home. And for me, as a person, as a woman, if you are the sole provider, I get it. You out making money 9 to 5, doing what you're doing. But you're also my husband. And if I'm home taking care of the kids, I want to spend time with my husband. Like, you may just have to come home sometimes. And you have to be okay with that. Like us having to be okay with you being gone. Right. And I think putting like we should be able to be gone 3-4 days a week and it's okay. I don't think it's okay in a marriage. I don't. Why? Because that causes problems. It causes internal issues. That causes lack of communication.
Not without communication.
Even with communication, calling your mate every day, every other day, telling them I'm not coming home, that's going to make you wonder as a woman, what is it about being at home that's a problem?
It's not that it's a problem.
So why be gone 4 days a week?
You're trying to internalize it to make it seem like it's just this big problem at home that I just don't want to be there. No, I just want to be with the homies a couple days out the week. Like, so what if it's 3 days out the week? I'm not doing the same thing. We're not going to be at the same place. Both, you get what I'm saying? Every time I'm away from the house. You get what I'm saying? We might go to the bowling alley. We might go get some food. We might do something other than being a father or a husband. You get what I'm saying? So like, just because I'm not there when Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? But I'm there Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday is family days.
Not in my life.
See, and that's why not though?
Because I have 10 a.m. service, I have 2 p.m. service.
So Sunday isn't your family day, but you at church with your family though. And when y'all leave church, y'all going to spend time, right?
But
unless you have something else
unless I'm an armor bearer and I'm serving.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is there's time that can be placed in other areas for the time that you feel is missing. There's not an issue just because I'm not home. I just want to go chill. We are not that perplexed in our minds that say, oh, I just don't want to be around her because she's so miserable.
Glory.
No.
Oh, she said
I'm
he's
immature. How? What makes me immature? Please explain, elaborate. I want to understand because what's going on?
My question is being
home
gone 3 or 4
I have to be at home.
Being gone 3 to 4 days, how are you cultivating your marriage? Being gone 3 to 4 days a week.
Right, like because I
Okay,
guess my
so what in those 3 I'm sorry. In those 3 days, what can be cultivated that can't be
that's learning each other,
days?
growing with each other, having conversation, finding out what's going on with you, hey, let's build this, let's do this, let's take care of it.
Lifetime together.
But especially in the first couple of years of marriage, any person that's married, and this is just what I've heard across the board, marriages that have lasted 50 years and marriages that have lasted 5. The first 2 years of marriage are the hardest years in marriage because you're growing, you're learning, you're finding each other's habits. You find out what you can't stand about that person's find out what they can't stand about you. But if you're gone 3 to 4 days a week, you guys are going to continue to keep bumping into problems because you're not going to have that communication. You're not going to have that building of the relationship. Like to me,
though?
Okay, so like here's the thing. What I feel that she's kind of saying is if you're at work from 9 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have those certain days you're not there. So that leaves only a certain amount of time because you're not staying up all night when you're at home. No. And then not only that, if you have children, you're not going to have that, only the two of y'all not going to have that much time. So the time that you do have, like how are you going to utilize the time that you do have? I mean, if you're going
that's
3, 4,
y'all.
4
like,
nights though, that's a lot
out
of nights
out
to
of
be
7
gone.
days.
Yeah.
You're together 4 of them.
But really, are you together 4 of them? Because
yeah,
you got
because
work,
because I have work, and when I get off work them other 4 days, because I only work Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So, like I said, Saturday and Sunday is family time.
Saturday, you getting up early to hang out
because
with
the
family?
kids are getting up because they don't have school. They want to have fun. The kids are getting up early and getting us up. So yes, I'm up early on Saturday, and then I'm up early on Sunday because I have church. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, we put in too much time on us not being home. If I wasn't playing cornhole and was out here conducting business, it wouldn't be a problem because I'm securing the bag, right?
I don't know. I feel like it would still be kind of an issue if it's 3-4 days out the week and but
I'm the sole provider. So time is gonna be an issue. Spending time is gonna be lacked on. Because I have to make money to provide for our family. We want to go on vacations. We want to go cruising. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy ourselves. We don't want to just be miserable, right? So I gotta go hustle. I'm not immature. I didn't like that at all. I'm sorry. But no, it's a different way of thinking. Y'all putting too much time on time. If I'm the sole provider, I have to sacrifice my time so that my family can be comfortable. I'm not saying that when I'm home on those other 4 days that we not connecting. No, I'm rubbing your feet. I'm rubbing your back. I'm cooking dinner when I get off of work. It's a difference. Don't let me have my time. And when our time together, we're going to love our time. Don't feel like because I'm not home that something is wrong. Why does it always have to go to the worst case scenario?
It's not necessarily a worst case scenario. Like I'll take me for an example. It
has to be a problem. Like, no, it don't gotta be a problem.
No, so I'll take me for an example. Me being in ministry, me holding the position I hold. Mm-hmm. I can't put Sunday as a family day.
Both need time.
Because Sundays, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and a lot of times I'm serving after church. So it's just you and the kids on Sunday. So that takes away a day. If you're gone for 3 or 4 days, that gives us 2 days to be together. I want to spend time with you as my husband.
No, that gives us 3 days to spend together.
6 days. I said if you're gone 4 days.
Okay.
That leaves
7 days in the week.
I'm gone on Sunday. Take away Sunday. That's 3 days in 3 days. If you're gone on 4 days, that's 2 days for us to spend time together as husband and wife. I'm gonna want to spend more than 2 days with you because honestly, like I said, in my life, ministry, I can get a call right now. Hey, I need you to go be with pastor. My days aren't predictable as who I am as a single woman right now, or as a single woman going into marriage that if he doesn't have children. So I can't say, hey, I'm satisfied with 2 days with my husband. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna be happy in my marriage because I'm only having 2 days with my husband. That
so Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is the days that if I go and play cornhole Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you got Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to spend with your family.
No, you said at least 3 to 4 days.
I said 3. Because I'm not, like I said, it's not realistic to spend more than 3 days with the homies. Like it doesn't make sense because like I want to be at home with my wife. Like it doesn't make sense. So like marriage is the first ministry.
Well, right now, Miss Wendy, I'm speaking as a single person.
No, valid.
What I'm saying,
she's speaking on your behalf.
Yeah, I'm like married. Like for me, you know, like you know, because
so
even with that, all of my pastors' armor bearers outside of me is married.
Valid.
I'm the only single armor bearer right now. So at the time that happens, we'll all be married.
Valid.
And things like that. So with us, there is a time sacrifice sometimes. Sometimes we can't be at home chilling.
There's always going to be a time sacrifice.
You know, but I think like I'll say this, more than 3 days is going to be an issue.
Because my thought process too is if you have kids and now on those other 3 days where you are home, she's going to want to go out and do her own thing. And then I know you guys said call the nanny. Okay, so let's just say,
what if we ain't got nanny money?
No, I mean, but not even. Hold on, wait. What if y'all both? Okay, you go out, you play your cornhole. She calling the nanny. She going out to do her own thing. So 3-4 days out the week, y'all both out the house. So that still feels like an issue because y'all leaving y'all kids 3-4 days a week to go do your own thing because y'all need your own time. And who's spending time? Like it just, I feel like it comes a little messy. I feel like 3-4 days, that's a bit much. Maybe 2 days. I mean, there should be, you know, this is just my own opinion. Maybe 2 days out the week, you go do your thing. That third day, y'all are doing something together. Y'all planning something together to go out, you know, where y'all maybe do something that you like, or maybe you do something that she likes, but, you know, switch it off each week. And then, you know, the other days, you're spending time with your family. You're doing stuff with the kids and stuff like that.
That I agree to.
Yeah.
I hear you.
100%. Because like I know, and this is just something I know in the future outside of ministry, I'm gonna be building a business as soon as I graduate. So if we marry, you ain't got no job. That's a whole other problem. At this age, yes. When you're younger, it's a little bit more fluid. At 40, if you ain't got no job, we got discussions. You probably ain't gonna make it past the gate. But like for me, you know, I'm gonna be building a business from the ground up. So there will be times like in my relationship that I have a conversation like, hey, I got these appointments at this time. How about I make it up here? You know, but I will do my best, even as a person that's building a business, to try to still be home, even if I'm at home typing, hey babe, how was your day today? And we're having conversation, still giving you some time in building the business. And I think with a lot of younger marriages I've seen, this is not something, I'm not speaking as a married person, so married people don't come for me. For what I've seen and what I've been told to me with younger marriages is finding that balance of getting me time when you're coming into a marriage, especially the first couple of years, because you're two independent people coming into a relationship, having to release your independence, where when you were just dating, you didn't have to be there every day. You didn't have to talk every day.
Right.
You could talk to your man 3 times a week and you'll be good. But now you have to take all these independent and single qualities and bring them into a marriage where you're no longer independent and single. Right. And I think that's where the problem comes in. That's where a woman may feel if you're gone 3-4 days a week, it's a problem, because it's like, okay, I understand we're trying to take our single lives and become one married life, but in order to do that, you need to be present. So I think like that's where what's going on is
Frank said, how much work is the sole provider putting in to sustain the lifestyle? Facts.
If it like, and then for Frank's case, like I said, if we were talking 9 to 5 status,
right.
With Frank's case, He's an outlier. Frank, Frank is building a radio station. He's building some
The
other
man got
things.
75 jobs.
He got 525,600 jobs. but he has, from just his example, he's the communication with his wife. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, hey, I got to cut these commercials. I got to do this. I got to do that. Be with me while I'm doing it. This is what he said on the radio station. So Tyra, if he lying, put it in the comments. But then I'm just joking. But like, he's like, hey, come with me. So it's still time spent, even though I'm not at home. His situation's a little bit different where he is a sole business owner. We were kind of prefacing this from somebody that is working like a 9 to 5, 8 to 4, kind of situation where it's, okay, you're gone after you get off at 4:00 until midnight, or that's the scenario that Kev gave.
And
so
also too, I feel like if you're married to someone and they had a certain lifestyle prior to you getting married, or you knew that y'all were working on certain things, different things like that, I feel like it's different because each marriage is going to be different, right? So each person, they're going to have their own stipulations and own, whatever comes with it. Like, so, I just feel I am not married yet, but I plan to be one day. And how I plan to handle my marriage is going to be totally different from how maybe somebody else handles theirs.
Right.
And so, maybe his wife is okay with him being gone 3-4 times a week. And that's just, that's their thing.
Yeah.
But, that ain't.
And this question is also, the question is also poses its challenges as well, because how many people really out here not working? Like, how many people really have like a sole provider? I mean, unless you marry a multimillionaire, and if you do, send this brother my way. But like, a lot of us are coming into jobs, and even with that, 2 people working, trying to provide for the household, and still trying to find time to be married, getting to know your mate, getting to know, their quirks, what kind of emotional needs do they have to be met? Like me, I'm the type of person, I come home, don't talk to me for like the first half hour.
But when I come home, I want to talk.
But knowing your mate, and your mate is like, hey, don't even pull that, because you have said that when you come home, sometimes you don't want to talk.
I don't want to be bothered. Don't ask me to do nothing when I walk through the door.
So, like, if I just be like, babe, if I come in, hey, babe, I had a really hard day. Can I just get like 30 minutes? I just need to decompress. So I don't project on you, especially because I'm working with clients with mental health issues. Okay. Give me 30 minutes to just be like, woosah. So the aggravation, I would rather take the 30 minutes so the aggravation and the anger that I have from my job doesn't project on you and you grow to hate me and my job. Because every time you come home, you're frustrated because your clients done put, and this is legit has happened, has put peroxide and bleach together and put it in their eye because they thought they had pink eye, and now you in the hospital all day. Like, I don't want to project that on my marriage. No, they have mental health challenges. But
oh my gosh, I just bust out laughing. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, I was mad.
I didn't really get that.
Yeah, no, but that happened to me in real life, and it was during a time I was dating somebody that, like, I had a client was like, I think I got pink eye. Instead of telling us, I think I have pink eye, decided to put Clorox bleach and like bleach, peroxide, and something else in a bottle and put it in his eye. And then it burned. And then he was like, oh, it must be working. Let me put it in my other eye. And almost burnt his retinas. And that forced me to have to go to the hospital, be at the hospital almost midnight. And when I came home, he just wanted to be like, babe. He was like, babe, let me talk to you. Let me hold you. And I'm like, give me the space to not project this on you. Because, like, being in that kind of hard field, you will project it on your marriage and cause issues with your marriage.
And see, that's why I feel like it's like everybody's relationship is so different. For me, I feel like I would be even no matter what the situation is, even if I had a bad day, I think especially if I had a bad day, I want some love. Like, as soon as I come in the door,
hold me.
Right, give me a hug. Let's just sit together and just hold each other a little bit. And then, okay, maybe I need a little space after that.
Right.
Or, but
then get your scruples together. Don't come in and feel like you gotta neglect just to get your mind right.
I mean, if you be like, babe, let me hug you first. Okay, babe, I just need a moment.
And then within that moment, you should be able to take some deep breaths in his chest and release all that frustration you
what
got.
did Frank say?
You better give that man time while he's willing. Men are different. No facts.
I'm
That
not
is
being
very valid.
Shareem. I'm not being dramatic.
You
Working
are.
this field for 20 years, you'll see. Like, no, because I'm saying this because I have seen how me working in this career field has affected relationships around me, and that's just brother sister relationships, homie relationships, and even well, he was a crappy boyfriend, but like my relationship with my boyfriend, like, so I don't want to bring that into a marriage. And they'll tell you with a lot of therapists, the biggest problem with being a therapist, especially in this field, when you get home, it affects your marriage because you're carrying so much. You're carrying 15 to 20 clients and all their issues.
Yeah.
And that's why they recommend you have a therapist. And I have an amazing one. But like, you can't talk to your therapist every day. So I would rather take that moment, even if it's that much where you want to give me affection. As soon as I walk in, I will sit in my car for 10 minutes, get myself together,
But then,
and then come in the house.
For me, that is just like me not being home for 3 days out the week. You sitting outside in the car for 10 minutes before you walk in the house is kind of an issue for me. Not because I do it. I don't get me.
Good
don't
morning,
get it
little
twisted.
brother. Good morning, Julian.
I do it sometimes, but it's only if I like get caught up on my phone or something like that. But like, I'm not just sitting in the house to prepare my mind mentally to walk in the house to deal with my significant other. No, I'm home and I want to be in the house and I want to come home to my significant other. So sitting in the car for me almost feels as if like you on the phone having a conversation that you don't want me to hear or being sneaky. That's just what I get out of it. But
so the way you interpreted that is us being sneaky, but you being gone 3 to 4 days a week.
But
But
you
you
know
don't
where
want us
I'm
to
at.
be. But you don't
But
want
you
us to be
know
in
where
our
I'm
thoughts. Like no.
no, that's not no. Wendy, hold on. So my husband is the sole provider.
He works
He
40.
works 48 to 60 hours a week. I'm also employed but off in the winter. Plus, we are both in full-time ministry. We always keep each other's needs first.
And some days there is only 1
Gotcha.
hour of together time, but we make the best of it. As long as you keep God as the third
Definitely gotta
stand,
be insecure.
the third strand of the braid, he works it out. Now, Kevin, you're being insecure.
All right, so if I'm being insecure, if your man was doing that, what you thinking he doing? Because at the end of the day, what you sitting in the car for? I've heard that multiple times from females. Why you sitting in the car? I'm just sitting in the car on my phone.
I wouldn't think
Like-
nothing about him sitting in the car for 10 minutes. But if he go home 3-4 days out of the week till midnight, I'm
But you
driving
know where
there.
I'm at.
If
If you pull up and I'm there, then what?
But if I tell
Who
you,
else is
okay,
there?
so if I tell
What do you
you,
mean? Who
Who
else
else
is
is
there?
there?
It's me and
'Cause
the
why-
homie.
but if
Why
I
you
tell
gotta
you,
be
babe,
there?
I'm just sitting in the
Yeah.
car for 10 minutes because I had a rough day and I don't want to take this out on you.
Babe, bring your tail in the house so I can hold you. Stop feeling like you can't.
But
be
if you can be gone,
No, stop
if you can be gone 3 to 4 days to decompress, I can sit in my car for 10
No,
minutes
'cause
and get myself together.
It's a different.
No.
It's different between going out and doing an activity and sitting in your car. Okay, I'm out chilling, out getting an outlet. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm
Like,
sitting in my car for 10 minutes getting an outlet.
But you're not. You feel like you can't come in the house and deal with your significant other because the stresses of your job. Like,
No, I didn't say deal with my significant other. This is why listening is important.
okay, because
What
I
I
don't
s-
want to take out my frustrations on my
Exactly.
significant other.
Because
But
you
that should not be a problem. When you walk in the house, you should be at a pace of peace. When you see your significant
not
other,
after you've had a rough day. Sometimes
listen,
you
every
just
time-
need those
every time I
moments.
have a rough day. I always feel better when I get around my spouse.
He said, but how is it sneaky when a girl is telling you, bro? Thank
Facts.
you,
And how
Julian.
is it sneaky if I'm telling you where
Frank
I'm at?
said that's why I'm in the car. But no, what I'm saying
But no,
is,
like, how is it sneaky if
if
I'm
every day, let me say this, if every day your wife is frustrated and angry when she walks in the house every single day and takes that out on you, you're going to be sick and
why
tired
is
of
she
your
taking
wife
it out on me though?
because she doesn't have that space.
No,
To
that's
get
just
it to-
no, that's stupid.
No, that's not
That's
stupid.
immature. Not being able to control your anger and your frustration is immature.
I feel like it's like I mean, there are probably some days where maybe she's like, oh, she can deal with it, but there might be some days where work is really that intense where it's like you could come, she comes to the house and you say the wrong thing and she might snap.
But what's
Like,
the wrong thing? Hey, babe, how was your day?
leave me alone.
Babe, my day was long. I had a lot going on. All right, cool.
What I'll say this: work in that field for 20 years.
I worked in it for the last 7 years. 2 years ago.
Working it for 20.
It don't matter.
It takes. It does. Time takes a toll on you.
Dealt with people with this developmental disabilities, and I've dealt with people eating poop. I've dealt with people throwing poop. I've dealt with all of these things, and still was able to come home and decompress with my woman. Nothing about my job has anything to do with my marriage. Once my marriage is in my face, hey babe, how you doing?
He said, "Let me decompress as your husband from you." What? Let me decompress you as your husband from your long day at work.
Facts.
But
feel like I'm
this also comes with
on.
This comes with knowing your mate.
Yeah.
And like I said, sometimes I said for me personally, I wasn't saying for the wide scope of women. For me personally, I need that space to transition from counselor and frustrations to being calm, cool, collected, and willing to have a conversation.
I feel like I want to say this because your husband should be your counselor in a sense. You should be able to go to your husband and talk about all your issues and not be able to feel like you can't. Like, if you had a rough day at work, talking about it may be a little easier for you to decompress.
I didn't say I wasn't going to talk about my day. What I'm saying is
it shouldn't take 30 minutes of you being in the house.
I was being funny with the 30 minutes.
No, you wasn't.
What I'm saying is I'm talking about legit 10 minutes in the car. Like
10 minutes in the car.
10 minutes in the car. Let me just have this moment. Babe, I had the longest day ever. I can say it to you in a calm, cool, collected manner where I'm not yelling and screaming, because sometimes I've had 3 clients try to kill themselves in one day.
Valid.
Dealing with that. I've literally got in my car and screamed. I don't want to pull up in my driveway and just in your face. I just don't. Let me have that moment.
I'm here for that though. Like, oh man, that's real. Like, no, don't feel like you can come in my chest. Like, let me hold you. That's what I'm saying. We feel like we got to do these things separately and alone. We got to deal with certain things alone. No, you have a partner for a reason.
But what about the day that you don't feel that way? What about the day that you also maybe had a rough
Voice
day?
that.
You know, but
don't just feel like you come into the house and feel like you can neglect me. No, I miss just like y'all.
10 minutes is not neglect. I don't understand.
No. You stuck on in the car. I'm stuck on you saying you coming in the house and needing 30 minutes. You sitting in the car. All right, I'm gonna come out in the car. What you good? What's up? Like,
so aggressive.
What's up?
You're knocking on the window like, what's going on?
But what I'm saying is like how you need your getaway for 3 to 4 days. We'll say 3 days because he mad after 4.
Nah,
so how you need your getaway for 3 days? I just need that 10 minutes, and that should be an even trade. That
you got a 10-minute ride on your way home.
Nigga.
So that's a whole 20 minutes. You got
a 20-minute ride to your boy's house. Like, anyway, this is the question of the day. It
takes 10 minutes to get from your job to home.
Right, and now you got to spend another 10 minutes,
extra 2 minutes.
But you need a full day with your boys.
Not really. I'm just saying, if
you need a full day with your boys.
Let me help you understand.
There ain't that much cornhole in the world.
Realistically, we play cornhole Monday and Tuesday, right? So if I go Monday and Tuesday to play cornhole, cool. Thursdays they might have a tournament, so I might go to a tournament one Thursday. So that's 3 days out of a week that I'm playing cornhole.
Can the wifey go with you on Thursday?
Very valid. She can come with me any day.
Okay.
I'm gonna meet you up there, babe. Say less.
Okay.
I don't care. Men are much more simpler than you guys. I need y'all to take that and like etch it in your head. Men are simple.
And women want time. Take that and etch it in your head.
If you want a man to take care of you, you're gonna have to sacrifice time. If you feel like you want to be around your man, you have to first be willing to embrace what he's into. If you want that time, embrace what he's into and try to get in there with him.
See, I'm different. I like football. I like basketball.
Say less, so that shouldn't be a problem when you go.
So I don't have a problem with
Monday
that.
nights or on Thursday nights.
I don't have a problem with that because most likely the Steelers got a game anyway, and we gonna be clowning on each other's team.
You see what I'm saying? So like y'all have time where y'all can connect. So if I'm out, if I'm.
But you said like the original scenario was I want to be with my boys. You didn't say nothing about bringing the girl with you. It was being with the boys.
Right, but the conversation, hey, can I come Sometimes I want to spend some time with you after work. All right, pull up to the cornhole.
That wasn't.
Can I? It's not what I said, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that like it's not discluded. It's not neglected. Like Frank said, communication.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like if you feel like you want to spend some time with me, all right, you know I'm going to play cornhole, right? All right, I'll meet you up there. Or if we only got one car, you want to come play cornhole? All right, you're gonna take me to work, pick me up, and we going there after work. Like the communication, talk these things out. If you don't talk them out, then you're gonna feel like, oh, why he not home? What's missing from home?
And I'm gonna talk it out by saying, just give me 10 minutes in the car. Okay, this is the longest break ever. When we get back, we're gonna get into church mess and hot topics because we got like literally 43 minutes to get this done. So we're gonna get into hot topics, church mess, Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. Let's go.
No, this is funny, man.
What's good?
You good in there?
Man.
All right, just checking.
Yeah,
Right.
No, most
Oh,
likely.
what's your eye? What's in your phone?
No, most likely I would be like this in the car.
No,
come out there to
valid.
sleep,
No, not even sleep, just like
just exhausted. Yeah.
because like I
Listen.
said, for me, I know
That'll feel so much better with your feet being rubbed. I know that much.
no, like for me, like me personally, and this is something like I know about myself, and I for all the super date people, don't claim that this is not got. I have resting anxiety, so
Okay.
I have a level of anxiety that pretty much I live with every day.
Got you.
Until-
So if you don't rest, you
no,
mean?
like
Or-
it's just baseline anxiety. Like that's
Okay.
just so.
No matter what.
No
you
matter
have
what.
this anxiety.
I have
Okay,
a
you got
certain
some
level
type-
of
I got
being
you.
anxious.
I got you.
Yes, I'm getting therapy. Yes, I'm praying about it. Same. But I have we call it resting anxiety.
Okay.
So I have a certain level of anxiety that I have every day.
Got you.
Once it goes over that border of like jitters, and I can't articulate. I can't be around people. I can't talk because I can't tell you what I'm feeling. I just need a minute. So
Right.
that's why I said, being in the field that I'm going into, I know God has called me to it. But if I have like I had the situation where 3 people tried to kill themselves in one house. Okay. Obviously my resting anxiety is up here.
No, valid.
20 minutes is not 10 minutes on the way home is not enough for me to get myself together. Because the first 10 minutes is what the H happened today. Like the next 10 minutes is let me not go home and take this home with you. Because they'll tell therapists, don't take your work home with you.
Right.
Because it causes issues in your marriage. So me sitting in the car for 10 minutes, I don't want to take everything I just went through today and put that on him. Because it's going to become a lot. You are aggravating. Setting when you don't rest.
Yo.
But no, so like because a lot of, and this is me being in the counseling community, I have seen the destruction of marriages.
Got you.
And it's happened in the first 3 years of their marriage because they're a counselor and they bring home everything that you just dealt with. The man is happy to see you. You just want to be by yourself. He want to love you, and you just like, leave me alone. Then it causes an argument. Nah, I don't make you happy, but I just wanted a minute. Like, I don't want that. So in order to keep that from happening in my first couple of years of marriage, I'm gonna sit in this car for 10 minutes. I'm gonna take work off and become your wife.
Learn your spouse, right?
You're a different breed.
No, but you have
You
like
want
you
the
said,
screaming and yelling, but
no,
you don't like
said-
screaming and yelling.
You said learn your wife, you learn your spouse.
Yeah.
So if you telling me, if I come in, this is our first encounter of you coming home after a stressful day at work, and you say, "Babe, just give me a minute. I had a long day at work." Say less. Give me a hug, kiss you, go on about your business. Do not feel like there can't be any type of communication or dialogue between us because you had this stressful day. I'm not here to be a stressor to you. I'm here to be your peace. I'm here to be your man.
But if you
So
know
don't
your
feel like-
mate, then he's not gonna be offended. If I'm
No,
oh,
but
she's
once
just in the
you-
car.
Once you
She's just in the car.
once you
calming
express
down.
that, I'll know that.
Yeah.
I mean, like a simple text message. Hey, babe, I'm in the
I'm outside. I'm
driveway.
just
Yeah,
Give me
decompressing.
a minute.
But that's not. I'm not saying I wouldn't communicate that.
Yeah.
Like,
Fact.
because you of everybody here, you know, I'm an avid communicator.
It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
Yeah.
Valid.
So, like, I'm as me being an avid communicator. This is what I'll tell you while we're dating. Listen, sometimes I just sit in my car for 10 minutes just to get myself together. I
Valid.
know you do know. I know you got out. You know I got off of work at 6. Why aren't you answering your phone? Because I'm just getting myself together. So when you're going into a marriage, you're already gonna know that about me.
Right.
It's not gonna be like a Nick, why you in the car? Who you talking to? Why you drop your phone? Cause you banging on my door and I got a crack in my window. Like now I gotta call Safe Light. Like, you know what I'm saying? So going into, I'm very upfront with stuff like that. Like, if this is what it's like dating me, I may just be like sitting in the car 10 minutes. Hey, getting myself together. Hey, babe, yo, I had the worst day. Let me tell you what happened. And it may bring up the emotions again, but I'll be able to control, like, articulate what I'm feeling as opposed to not being able to talk.
Gotcha.
And then you like, babe, what's wrong? And I can't tell you what I'm feeling. So now it's like, just talk to me. Like, yeah.
I feel like in both situations, whether you're leaving and coming home for 3 days or you're staying in the car for 15, 20, 30 minutes, like I feel like in both situations it's communication.
Yeah.
Valid.
Like if you know that that's what your partner does,
Fire 716, Big Frank in the morning. We've had some crazy conversations, some real intensity from Kev on air. Clearly, just come home and scream in his chest. At this point,
listen.
don't sit in your car for 10 minutes because Kev will get angry about it.
No.
I'm just kidding. So we're gonna get into a little bit of church mess, and I know Kev on air is gonna have some say for this. We're gonna get into some church mess. So a current pastor, they did not give the name. Based on the description of who it is, I'm thinking it's Jamal Bryant. The church is in an uproar because Jamal Bryant said cannabis. Jamal in quotes because we don't know exactly it's him. Said cannabis and sage are not demonic; they are medicinal. Stop it. So the church is in an uproar because once again he is a pastor, and to say that using sage and cannabis is not demonic kind of ruffles some feathers with the church world. I'll say this. As a medical professional, if it is prescribed, it is medicinal. If you're getting it from Pookie and them, it is not. The practice of using sage does have a demonic background to it. It is used in different forms of chanting and invocations of different spirits and things like that. So that's why I tell people to be
But not
careful.
all negative spirits. I'm sorry.
Not all, but honestly, I don't want no extra spirits rolling in my house.
The Holy Spirit that needs to be in there
is the Holy
Ghost.
Spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
So for me, the invocation of bringing positive or negative spirits into my house does pose as demonic. But as a healthcare professional, if you are getting medicinal weed, not the weed from Pookie and Ray Ray and them, I don't see what's wrong.
Sage is a seasoning for dressing. If I burn it, it's because I'm cooking.
So I do understand to a certain extent why the church would be upset with a pastor saying it's okay. You guys,
I feel as if so I feel like not everybody gets prescribed weed, but I want to say this, but I'm gonna just say it.
Say it.
So, but some people need it. Some people that genuinely does help them. You can see a difference, with weed smoking or however they take weed. Sage, absolutely not. Do not burn that in my house. Don't.
Facts.
I just feel like sage. I mean, because I feel like it's just it's a ritual. Like if you go and you like, okay, I got my bundle of sage and I'm about to light it, and then woo, yeah, no, that's I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because why you need to invite anything in your home at all? You should
be your peace and then talk to the king of peace.
Right.
Kev on air.
I've seen people do it. I'm not a sage burner. I've seen people do it, and they do what they do. As you all know, I am an avid marijuana enthusiast. There are cannabinoid receptors in the brain, meaning that cannabis is a very good way to heal yourself. So if you're doing it right, and if you going to Pookie, like Jess said, you're not doing it right. If you're growing your own and you're not putting any extra chemicals in it, you're doing it right. Yeah. So just be
I mean,
educated
I
when
understand
doing
as a
so.
pastor, I kind of feel like bad leadership. bad teaching. I'm not gonna say
all right,
bad
so
leadership. I'm gonna
Frank
say
said. So Frank said, "Do you need to be high?" No, it's not a need, but what some things are, like I said, if it's grown properly, without any extra additives or chemicals, you have a better chance of it being a health benefit to you and not just a high benefit. Um, I actually was just recently, I had the ability to grow some marijuana over the summer, and I didn't add any chemicals. And I feel like my weed is better than the weed you get from Pookie because the high is different. It's not the super you you can taste the toxins in the weed you get from your
Right.
local weed dealer. You get what I'm saying? You can taste the chemical. But I didn't taste that in mine. You know what I'm saying? And when I smoked with other people, it's like, it's all right. It just didn't do it for me. I get it because it's not what you're used to. So,
so. I guess for me, if you need the if you need the cannabis, why not do like a CBD oil? Why not do something medical like
new weed smell like crack rock. No, it's like it smells
like
very weird. Though.
why
I definitely feel you.
why not go the medicinal route? Like
So it's
why?
not that. So, before time, they didn't have the ability to extract the THC. They had pipes, so they used to smoke it. And in history, it showed that it had very good benefits. So if people decide to smoke it, I get high off of it, granted, but I'm healing at the same time. So if you might not like the high feel, but I know what it's doing and I get it from somebody who's using, you know what I'm saying, who smokes weed. Um, but it's all up to the person that needs it. You know what I'm saying? If you need it and you feel like you would rather take an edible than smoke it, cool. But either way it goes, you're gonna be high.
I feel
Oh.
no. I'm saying as a leader, because Jamal.
No, and I
As a
and I
leader
get it, but
saying that it's medicinal without the proper well, Sage, absolutely not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Jamal, no. But as far as weed, like I said, I know being in this field, I know the effects of some of these medications. A lot of them do cut your life short, which is why for anxiety, I'm not against medicinal weed, because it comes in pill form and you don't get the high feeling. A lot of people are not chasing the THC; they're chasing the high. So to tell
no, they're not chasing the CBD. They're chasing the
THC. So they're chasing that high feeling. They're not trying to do it for medicine. They're just chasing the high. So to be a leader, telling your congregation, stop it, weed is medicinal, I think it's just a poor choice of wisdom, because a lot of these people are not looking at it from a medical reason.
Right,
They're looking at it because they just
chasing.
they liking this high feeling.
He could be just trying to educate some people who are kind of ignorant to the situation. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't smoked weed, you know what I'm saying, in 30 years, weed changed in 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say what it is and what it ain't, because you chose the route you wanted to go. You said, all right, I'm not gonna smoke weed because I don't like the feeling. Cool. But for somebody who liked the feeling, they like the so he probably is just educating people. Marijuana, I get the sage part, I don't really get because I don't do too much research on sage. But if you aren't educated on it, him saying marijuana is medicinal, stop it. Because y'all putting too much weight on it just being a drug or just being unsober. You get what I'm saying? Because it's more to it than just that.
But I think that also comes with knowing your congregation. Okay, let's.
I don't know. No, it doesn't. Because
yes, it does. Because if you know you came from a bunch of street boys, a bunch of people who was smoking weed for recreational purposes,
right?
Got
so
nothing
let me
to do with
educate you now.
Let me finish.
I get you,
but they're gonna hear this is an excuse to smoke, because let's be honest, any part like it's not. They're gonna be like, oh, he's saying this medicinal. We can keep smoking this. Anything that puts you in a transitory state is putting you open to spiritual attack. When you are high,
you're not in a trance when you're high.
I feel
a trance
that
is being uncomprehensive, only it's like being hypnotized. You're in a trance when
Not
you're
always.
No, when you're in a trance, it's like being hypnotized.
I said a transic state, which means you're not fully out there.
Right. It's the
Like,
same thing
but
as
it's-
being hypnotized. You're in a transit state, and you have this. Your subconscious is really what's making you move or whatever. But
Go ahead,
yeah.
D Money.
I
Go
feel like it's definitely a topic that for sure needs to be discussed. Should he be saying to the congregation that it's medicinal and that sage is okay? No. However, at the same time, if somebody's smoking weed, they them somebody saying that it's medicinal and it's okay is not going, or saying that it's not okay is not going to change the person from smoking to not
Valid.
smoking. They're just going to continue to smoke because whatever the smoking is doing for them, whatever the weed is doing for them is what's going to keep them doing it.
Right.
And now it is different for everybody. I do really feel like some people can handle like smoking weed and weed being a part of their lifestyle, and some people can't. But that also goes with just about with anything. Some people can handle having a drink here and there, and some people can't. So I definitely think it just depends on the person, and it also depends on like what exactly are they getting out of this. For myself, like, because I do, oh man, I do smoke. So it's like for me, I've gone through things where I don't want to take certain medications. I would rather smoke because the smoking helps me, and it helps me internally. But I also watch how much I'm smoking. Like, I'm not just smoking to get
You smoke when it's necessary.
right. Like, if I need to smoke a little bit, okay, that's fine, and I'm good. But
No
then there's a
facts.
level-
Facts here.
Frank said the responsibility to remain sober should remain in the forefront, especially as a leader.
I get you, but
We have to watch what we say, though. Like, as leaders, like your congregants, she made a point. Your congregants are going to do what they want to do. But as a leader, and I'm gonna be honest, as an elder in the Lord's church, I will never tell a congregant it's okay to smoke weed, because the Bible talks about being sober minded. Some people, when they smoke weed, they are out of it.
Yeah.
That's their situation. Some people, when they drink wine, they're out of it. I will never tell you it's okay to take something that's going to take you out of your sober mind. That's me as a leader.
Yeah.
But like I said, also, if you deal with anxiety as a medical professional, I will tell you, ask your doctor to look into if that's what you feel will help you. If you don't want to take lithium, you don't want to take Zoloft, you don't want to take all these things, ask your doctor about getting you a prescription for medicinal weed, where it comes in pill form or whatever form it comes into, liquid form. They got it in a bunch of different forms now, but it's the same factor that'll help you with your anxiety or help you with your disorder, but it's not giving you the high effect.
It does.
Medicinal weed,
I've done enough research to know you still get high. You just don't get as high as you would if you were to smoke a full blunt.
I mean, and I feel like it's definitely one of those things where it depends on the situation, depends on the person,
Yeah.
and also too, what is their lifestyle? What kind, what work are they doing? Do I want my doctor to be high while they're performing surgery on me?
Not at all.
Probably not.
Right.
But do I want my, I don't know, like do I care if the person who's cashing me out is a little high while they're working? No, because they probably need it with dealing with some of these people that come in there.
Facts.
So I feel like it just depends too on the situation. And he's in the church
With
talking
a
to the
mega church.
right. You're talking
Like-
to a mega church. There needs to be more of a deeper discussion
Facts.
on the topic than just this is okay to do, this is not okay to do. Why
Facts.
is this okay to do? Why is this not okay to do? And what are the risks involved? If you sage in your house, why are you saging your house? Where did it come from? And what is the purpose of doing it?
Yeah.
If you are smoking weed or doing edibles or whatever, where did this come from? What are you doing it for? And how is this going? Like, how is this serving you?
Yeah.
So I feel like,
it's like for leadership is different because we're responsible
Yeah.
for people's souls. And whether to give I'll say it this way, to give people the okay to do it, those people's blood is on your hands. When you go before God, that's on you as a leader. It's different than just a lay member, so we have to be very careful as people who are keepers of people's souls or who watches over people's souls, to give
Frank.
Valid. Listen, let him crack you out. It's a lot of crackheads at Family Dollar that you don't think.
But yeah,
listen.
as a spiritual leader, it's a different responsibility. And with having a mega church, that's a different kind of responsibility you have to God, as opposed to being a congregate and just smoking weed. Like, I'll never tell somebody it's okay to get drunk. I won't. You know what I'm saying? If you get drunk, that's on you. We'll talk about it probably on our one-on-ones, but I'll never say it's okay to get drunk, because that's not what the word is saying. So I was just saying, as far as the leadership, we have to be very careful what we may condone, because it may be somebody's pitfall. It may be somebody that was seriously addicted to weed and came off of it because they felt like, okay, I'm going in my relationship with God, I don't need this. And then you have your leader telling you it's okay. Now you going back. Like, you don't understand the weight of how something that you would say will get people approval to do what they want to do.
But see, this is where I truly believe, and this is nothing towards you or anything, but I just think that you have leaders, and yes, they are responsible, but to an extent. Right. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own soul. Because I could be the best, most perfect leader in the entire world, and the road I have is the golden road to God. And if you're not following that path, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm doing the things that I need to do. So I feel like as a leader, you do have a certain responsibility, but at a certain point, like it ultimately is their decision on what they decide to do. Yeah. If you are choosing to give up something for God, there should be nothing outside of that to change your mind, because you have made a commitment you've made that commitment to God. That's between you and God. If you're struggling, you go to God first and then your leader.
But everybody is not as mature as you. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's a little bit different on this side of the table, because like everybody's not as mature as you. So a lot of people hang on the words of their leaders. So if a leader said, like, I'm being extra when I say this, but as a leader, if we say, oh, homosexuality is not wrong, go out and just booty bump all over the place. Okay. And it's clearly wrong in the Bible. Right. We are responsible for the people we just wavered to the side, because somebody could have been struggling with it, trying to come out of it. Oh, my leader just said it's okay. Right. And because I believe they hear from God, it's okay now. Everybody doesn't carry you guys' maturity, because there's a lot of immature people in church that literally do hang on the word of every single leader that they have. Oh, if my pastor says burning sage and smoking weed is okay, they hear from God. So God must be telling them that. They don't go to God for themselves. Right. So that's why I said their souls are in your hands. Let's read some of the comments.
Frank said, as a leader, we have a responsibility to do our part. If we mislead to hell, it's on us.
Yeah.
See,
valid.
Yeah.
I guess it's more of like,
I feel like the responsibility goes both ways. As a leader, you have a responsibility to keep your flock closer to the mantle, and as one of the flock, you have a responsibility to yourself, not to do anything outside of the will of God. So yeah.
So, just as leaders, watch what you say.
Valid.
People are listening. Let's get into some of these hot topics real quick. And then we'll take a quick break, get into local news and final thoughts. So, an Ohio teacher allegedly tried to arrange sex with a 14-year-old girl, but was actually talking to an undercover agent. So, Kevin Hendrick, 37, thought he was. Here's the really messed up part. Kevin Hendrick, 37, thought he was talking to the girl's mother. So he was trying to get this through the mom, supposedly. So he thought he was talking to the 14-year-old's mom, making an arrangement, saying that it's okay to have sex with this 14-year-old girl. And at the whole time, he was speaking to an undercover cop who's pretty much like catfishing him. So he was arrested, now facing charges for child pornography and some other things, just because he wanted to have sex with a 14-year-old girl. I'm gonna just read Courtney's comment real quick. He said, "Leaders are representatives of the leaders are representatives of the mouthpieces of God in the eyes of the people they lead and serve. Frank says sometimes you won't understand leadership in its totality until you occupy the seat of leadership, and that's true. So in other hot topics, Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of Elvis Presley, the woman who was dating Michael Jackson, she died yesterday of cardiac arrest. She was found in her home unconscious. They brought her back to life, rushed her to the hospital where then she then died in Los Angeles. So
And that's not the kid's mom, is it?
who?
Her
No.
mother's kids? Okay.
No, he has two other baby mamas.
Oh, okay. He was out here.
Leslie Rowe and then another lady, an
Okay.
anonymous.
Oh.
Because yeah, she getting paid to be quiet.
I just want to say real quick, really sad for Lisa and I said Lisa
Yeah, her name is
Okay.
Lisa.
and all that's going on. But it just seems like there is a lot of people dying recently of heart conditions.
Yeah.
And I just find that very
Thinking outside.
interesting. Yeah. And that's all I wanted to say.
No.
Yeah, no, valid.
We are here for commentary. No, especially with celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With celebrities is a lot of cardiac issues. This is why, and I'm going to say this as a medical professional, go to the doctor, get regular checkups, make sure you're eating healthy. I'm trying to get to that place where I'm getting healthier in my eating and drinking a lot more water. These are things, and then stress. Find an outlet, not more than 4 days away from your marriage. Find an outlet
Exactly,
to
Frank.
have a coping skill, so you're not carrying a lot of stress, because Lisa Marie Presley was very attached to her father, which was Elvis Presley, but that's why she even said in the interview that's why she actually started dating Michael Jackson, because she wanted to date somebody who knew what it was like being in the industry. And so, but then she said that the reason why they broke up is because Michael Jackson was very much like her father. They
wow.
didn't spend a lot of time. He was always in the studio. He was always away and wasn't giving her what she needed. And that broke her heart,
Gotcha.
because she's like, Dag is like dating my dad, like
Right.
never spending time, never being with me, and things like that. So prayers for Lisa Marie Presley's family. Steve Harvey is out here killing it, y'all. He bought the rights to Family Feud and is going international with it.
Let's go.
Um,
No, that's what's up.
he said these COVID vaccines.
Exactly, Courtney.
As a person who was vaccinated because I had to be,
I'm sorry.
I'm all right.
So I'm sorry, real quick. On the word COVID, I seen a video.
Corona.
Nah, not even that.
Just the
Um,
COVID.
COVID backwards is devoke. Do your research on that word.
Oh, you about to have
You go Google devoke. A Hebrew translation is gonna come up. Translate it to Hebrew. Take that, translate it to English, and get the definition of that, and then you'll understand what COVID really
I'm
is.
gonna be honest with you. I ain't got time for all that.
I mean, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna search it up.
Do that.
You do that. Former NFL wide receiver Charles Johnson reportedly took his own life.
Oh my God.
He is a former wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh wow.
He took his own life. Is seemingly a drug overdose. Based on the medical examiner's report, he died at the age of 50. His wife reported him missing the day before he was discovered at a hotel room approximately 6.5 miles away from his residence, and they said it was from acute oxycodone, hydrocodone, and mirtazapine toxicity. He took a heck
Wow.
of a combination, because those three combinations together will stop your heart.
No valid.
Also,
Say why he decided to commit suicide.
no, it doesn't say. It doesn't say he left a note or anything. It just, but honestly, just doing in research in football, that's why that movie Concussion came out. A lot of athletes, due to blunt head trauma and the things going on with their mental space, oftentimes result to suicide because of the mental health challenges that they're going through. And even though medicine is a little bit more modern and there's more padding in the helmet, so to speak, a lot of football players do suffer from a lot of mental health issues due to being hit in high speeds and high force. So it's still something that needs to, still needs to be investigated, still needs to be done, because stuff like this will trigger a person to get schizophrenia, get into these things where they're hearing voices, and the only thing to stop it, they feel, is to kill themselves. Unfortunately. Frank said,
Do that
To any word you find something.
No,
Yeah.
valid. That's the English language.
Yeah, Jerry Rice's daughter launches the first black-owned energy
Conspiracy.
drink with Jerry Rice. So if you guys don't know Jerry Rice, he was a football player for the San Francisco 49ers, and he was the man back
No,
then.
valid.
Him and his daughter launched the first black-owned energy drink market.
Okay.
So they wanted something else healthy, something that could still give you energy, but also not give you the crash effects. So shout out to them.
Valid.
Nice.
It's called Rice Gold. So check into that if you're looking for.
Dexter, bless you. We are great.
We're great. So look into that. In other hot topics, Tyler Perry purchases 37 additional acres for a $8.4 million expand on his Atlanta studio.
Tyler Perry, if
Bigger
you
and
listen to
bigger.
this right now, take some of that money and invest it into a good hairstylist
Yo,
and
shut
a good makeup artist and wig person, because you keep investing this money into
Yo.
property and stuff, but we watch your movies and your TV shows, and them wigs they look like something ain't right.
Wait, what
Frank said,
person?
person, let me spell this word in Greek and then spell it backwards and then flip it forward and make it Hebrew, then Latin, and then put it in satin. Shut up. Anyway, Latasha from the group Escape has signed with Motown Gospel, so now she's doing gospel music.
Okay.
This one.
Oh, okay. The one that everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
On the comeback.
And then congratulations to Shamar Moore. He is becoming a dad, and it's actually a miracle pregnancy. So
Let's go.
we're excited for Daddy Shamar Mar. And
Shamar.
Shamar Mar. And that's all we have for Hot Topics. We're going to take a quick break, maybe play one song to get back into local news and our final thoughts, because some of us got to go to work. So this is what we're going to do. Big Frank in the morning. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry myself. Well, I serve lunch at work, and I think we're having roast beef sandwiches today.
You work at a hospital or something?
No, I do lunches for seniors through the county. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's questionable.
Hey, Sissy. Hey, Yolanda. It was my sissy's birthday yesterday.
Oh,
let's
happy
go.
belated birthday, Yolanda.
That's my girl. One day I'm going to try to get her here. Get her here to the station.
But yeah, do that. Look that word up.
I'm gonna look it up because
I'm gonna let her look it up because I ain't got time for it.
Listen, man.
I'm doing as little research as possible because school starts on Tuesday.
So somebody said, not somebody. I'm sure you guys seen the videos, multiple videos talking about that the English language, some of the way the words are that it can't spell. And it sounds silly at first, but then when you realize some of the stuff that we say, and if words have power, right, it does kind of make sense. We joke around about terms like my grandma hates when I say I'm dead. I'm joke something so funny that I'm dead.
Yeah.
She's like, why would you say that you're dead? And it's I guess never really thought about that.
It's the second video. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, no, we definitely have. That's why they tell us to be careful what we watch and what we say,
No valid.
because our words do have creating power. And so, I actually had I was in connection with somebody that kept saying,
Morning, Ernie. What's
Good
going
morning.
on, Doc?
I was in connection with somebody that says that kept saying, I feel like eventually you're gonna leave me. I feel like eventually you're gonna walk away. I feel like eventually, and they said this for years, and I didn't legit.
Because they kept planting the seed.
No, it wasn't because they kept planting seed. It's because it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. They kept
speaking it.
They kept speaking it, and I kept telling them, "I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere." But their behaviors
reflected on what
they were saying.
Absolutely.
So in a sense, it was like they're subconsciously pushing me away to keep from getting left. But then when I left, it broke them. And I'm like, your behaviors became toxic, became harmful.
Right.
And this is why I won't stay now. So
Oh yeah,
Right.
for a fact.
Big fact, right?
Yeah.
so like that's why they tell you be careful about like what you say and how and what you speak, because whatever you do speak, it will create, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
I just got in trouble recently because I'd be like, my dad got on my last nerve. And like I got checked a little bit and it was like, but how do you know it's your last nerve? How can your father get on a nerve? Like that is not possible. And I'm just like, he get on my nerves though.
Right now.
Like
You gonna make me think in my time of frustration.
but like
Right.
but there was research that said like a person kept saying I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick, and they actually saw the molecular change in their body to produce sicknesses.
Wow.
And so like we got to be careful what we say.
Absolutely.
You know what? I 100% believe that, because I feel like, me as a bigger person and just a lot of the stuff that I went through, I always think to myself, like, how come I'm not way worse off than I should be? And God, number one.
Mhm.
And number two, I genuinely think it's because, speaking positivity.
Fire 716. This is a big Frank in the morning with your girl Jay Cherie in the building. D Money Mac.
Hey.
Kev on air. Frank via virtual comments. Dark Knight is dark nighting. We're getting ready to get into these local topics. Talk about what's going on in the region. Let's start with SUNY Buffalo State is now becoming SUNY Buffalo State University, starting on Sunday. Catherine Conway Turner, the president of Buff State, says, I'm proud and excited that after much discussion, Buffalo State is becoming a university. As we look to the future, embracing university designation is one of the many ways in which Buffalo State is aligning with the changing landscape of higher education. Honestly, I do think that this will be a very good move for Buff State, just because when you become a university, there's certain more monies that you get
Yeah.
with being turning a state school into a university.
Valid. And I felt like they should have been a university, just because it's more than just people from New York that come up here and go to that school.
Good morning.
It's very nationally known.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Well, Buff State. There's a couple of reasons why Buff State took a minute to be a university. There's certain credentials that you have to have.
Gotcha.
At one point, the school was terrible with enrollment. So, and then like at one point, the school was advertised you could get your 4-year degree in 5 years, and it's okay. So,
No, they didn't.
okay.
Yo.
Ask your sister Sharita. So yeah, so congratulations to the president, congratulations to Buff State for becoming a university. Welcome to the group. U.S. Attorney Trini E. Ross announced Wednesday that a Gettsville man will be serving 33 months in prison after threatening to kill an Amherst officer on social media.
Wait.
Wow.
Repeat that.
So a Amherst man
Yes.
named Benjamin Bolton
Okay.
threatened a Amherst police
Okay.
on social media
Okay.
and will now serve 33 months in prison.
What did he say?
So no, because it's not illegal to threaten somebody. Their words.
Especially on social media, like,
yeah, like it's not illegal unless you.
did he say like I got a bomb?
Right, I'm
planted
coming to
underneath
your house. I know where
Yeah.
you live at. I got guns and I'm gonna blow your house. Like, what? To what extent did he
Yeah.
threaten?
It says,
Scott?
okay, so the story is, I'm trying to just sum it up because there's a lot. 30-year-old Benjamin Button, I said Benjamin Button. Gosh, she tired. Benjamin Bolton was, first of all, he threatened him on social media. Then it said that like he was driving around in a vehicle that looked suspect, I guess, to try to intimidate the police officer. After that, Bolton told the police officer that he had a BB gun. And the officer did verify it, that he did have a BB gun, but he still made threats after that. And then weeks later, on April 8, 2002, officers responded to a Starbucks on Transit Road for an emergent call. The caller stated that the black Toyota, Benjamin's car, attempted to cut the victim, the police officer, off. As they were driving on the thruway, the victim drove around the vehicle. Then the victim saw the driver. So the police officer saw the driver with the handgun pointed to him out the window.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to be locked
So
up.
he was
Yeah.
just
dummy. Dumb.
like, you know, he was saying stuff, but then
He was doing stuff.
he was doing stuff as well.
Yeah.
So he is there for doing 33 months in prison for his stupid and reckless activities. There was also a shooting in Niagara Falls. It doesn't give the full details of it. So y'all, it's starting to get cold. Let's bring these crimes to a cease, please. Like, save your crimes for the summer.
I
Like-
think part of the problem, and this is totally just my opinion, I feel like part of the problem with a lot of things going on here is that there's nothing to do. There's nothing here.
Valid.
And then a lot of the businesses that do get established are only here for very short period of time, and then it's back to nothing to do. So if you ain't got nothing to do, what you're gonna get involved with, might not necessarily be good for you or
Right.
good for the people around you.
Take a free online class.
Create
Find something to do.
Man, this is
Become
a
a big brother,
great time to
Big
create.
sister.
Yeah,
Because man,
Do
I
something.
agree.
do something.
Stop being out here. Get off these streets. But
It's
no,
sad.
Be positive.
we getting ready. We got 2 minutes left. Let's get into our final thoughts. Who's got their final thought?
I'm ready.
D Money Mac, take it away.
Okay, so my aunt sends me stuff every morning. Shout out Aunt Carolyn, love you. Okay, so
What up, Auntie?
right.
Auntie
She said,
Caroline.
this one says 21 skills that will pay you forever. I won't read all 21, but I'll read a couple. Top 5 is 1, ability to sell and negotiate, for sure. Because if you can negotiate, you never know what you can negotiate yourself into or out of.
Right.
Facts.
Number 2,
I done cried my way out of a ticket.
man, I told you last time. The tears just start rolling.
Oh no, I'm ready to check. That's how you do it.
Number 2 is the ability to convey what you think and feel. I feel like you probably understand that a lot more.
10 minutes in the car.
Blessings,
Yeah.
Pastor Tucker.
Pastor Tucker, blessing, sir.
And then number 3, ability to break a process down into smaller steps. I feel like that's super helpful if you have like a lot of tasks that you got to complete and it becomes overwhelming. You want to be able
Oh,
to
thank you, sir.
step by step.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Number 4, ability to shut up and listen
Ah.
and learn from others.
That's valid.
Yes, that's probably one of the biggest things I feel like I've learned in the last couple of years is like, let me just stop talking. Let them
Be
them
coachable.
talk and let them, because sometimes some people will talk themselves
Right.
right into a circle and out, and then you be like, okay, great talk.
No, fact.
And then number 5 is the ability to adapt, improvise, and overcome obstacles. I've used that my entire life. You have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to overcome. You have to, because you have to be able to move forward. Like, things are going to happen in your life that you have no control over, but what you can control, do that. What you can't, let it go, move forward. That's my word.
Kev on air.
Valid. For me, it is go home after work.
Just go home.
Yeah. don't go chill with the boys. Go home. Go home.
The microaggression is
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, but for real, go home. If you are like work, go home and work. Don't just go home.
The pastor said, go right home.
Go right home. You heard
That's
me?
Pastor Tucker talking.
Listen, wisdom exuding. No, valid. So yeah, just go home. Love on your woman. Don't let.
That is clearly not the Lord. But because the congregants were so hinged on the word of their leader instead of going to God about it themselves, they were allowing themselves to be misled. So I would challenge you to, if your pastor preaches a sermon, just go back and get revelation for yourself. It's not necessarily doubting your leaders, but it's also seeking God and getting revelation for your own self and your own life application, because we are flawed as leaders and we may not get it right all the time. But it is your responsibility to check with God to make sure that you are getting everything you need for this life's journey. And I just encourage you to trust God, trust the voice of God, but never be out of order in trusting that voice. We'll get into that maybe on Monday. This is Big Frank in the morning. This was a great conversation. We argued for 45 minutes about going home and sitting in cars, but it was amazing. Thank you to all of our viewers, Facebook, YouTube. Continue to like, share. You know, this Big Frank in the morning with your girl, Jay Cherie, D Money Mac, Kev on air, Frank via Facebook. And Daniel the Dark Knight is handling business. So we'll see you guys on Monday with more hot topics, questions of the day, church mess, and all that good stuff. Take care.